Alright, so just gonna go over what I've done so far. This, of course, is my '05 gsxr 600 that I swapped the 750 engine into. Polished the frame out, the swing arm, also painted it on some places on the swing arm, calipers, triple tree, put the steel lines for the brakes on the front and the back. This bike was black like the subframe is, but after having it for about 8 years since it was brand new, just figured I'd switch it up. So I sanded it down, polished the frame out. As far as wiring everything up, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just gonna lay it out, and you're gonna have 4 that go across twice for the injectors and for your coils there. So, start it there. I start in the back here on the fuse box because you have all your holders here for this. They pop right in. All these spots, your atmospheric pressure, all these other sensors and whatnot. And you just run it along the side of the tray. Tuck everything, zip tie it up. Zip tie it up. Right here is where I have my TRE, time retarder eliminator, installed. When you're plugging everything in, it's pretty much just color by number. You just look for the plugs that look like they go into each other, and that's it. There's not a lot of the same plugs. There's a couple that are the same on the TPS here, but it's really easy. I mean, it can be overwhelming if you've never done something like this, but it's not hard at all. Why pay all that money for a dealership? Just work on it yourself. As far as mounting it up, there's only about 5 bolts. We have this one right here, this one, and this one here. They run through. You see the bolt there. And there's a nut. And this washer piece here, this is the spacer, as you can see, what holds tight to the block here. It's basically your mount. So you got 1, 2 there. And you've got your 2 on this side. And you've got the 1 here. And that's it. As far as the mounts go, that mounts up real easy. Everyone says you got to use the 600 radiator, and if not, you have to modify the 750. I found that to be false. The 600 radiator, it mounted up from the inside. 750 is just a little bigger. Reading up on the forums and stuff, people say you gotta cut it off and flip it around the other way and this and that. It bolted right up on mine. I just, instead of trying to mimic the 600, I just popped it on the other side, threaded it through, Loctited it. So that's a complication people say they run into, but I didn't have that issue. Just a little ingenuity here. I didn't have dust cap for this. The other ones that I pulled off were bad, so I made my own with some spare injector O-rings that I had, and calipers. Sanded down, painted, ceramic high heat paint. These brake lines I got a pretty good deal on eBay, Core Moto. It was $140 for front and back, but I mean it's pretty cool. You can customize it any way you want. You can get this clear here. All the hoses are braided lines, but they have a PVC coating on them. so they're all weather. I got the clear just with the natural look, and I got the blue tags here to go with my blue. You can customize this any way you want. You'll get the steel line. They have translucent blue, which kind of looks like those like the Sonic blue, like an M3 or a Honda Civic SI, you know, that blue color. Green, if you got some monster thing you want to do. Purple, blue, yellow, translucent, solid one, so you can't even tell it's braided lines. It's just a solid coating. Different color banjo fittings, black, purple, red, polished, you name it. I just went with the basic natural look because at the time when I got them, I wasn't really sure which route I was going to take as far as my build. I replaced all the bearings in the neck and the swing arm. The swing arm can be a little difficult. You don't need a machine shop. I bought a $60 puller from Harbor Freight. You got to get the blind bearing puller, not the one that has the claws that grab. This is the one you put in there and you twist the bolt and it spreads it out. What I did is I just bought it, used it, brought the thing back, got my money back. But you pull them out, real easy and simple. As far as pressing them back in, for $5 worth of stuff from Home Depot. Hold on, let me grab this. $5 worth of stuff from Home Depot. You have your own homemade press. Basically what you do is you just get a 2-foot length of all thread. Get 2 nuts. I got these nice tall ones. I didn't like the small ones. I don't have the bag of washers on me. I got tons and tons of stuff. As you can see, I'm just doing this shit right in my kitchen. I think the bearings right here. These are all the old ones. So what you do is put your bearing on the swing arm in the spot that you want it, where it's going to go, with the writing facing out. Alright, you're going to put it in here, say this would be your swing arm. So you put this in here, you're going to have a bunch of washers. I use a bunch because washers can give in the middle, so I use the big one, then a smaller one, and a smaller one, and a smaller one, just to strengthen it up, because you are pressing this in. You don't want the washers to give in the middle. So put the washers here, your swing arms here. This would run through the whole swing arm. We'd have another nut, the washers, and this would be butted up to the other side of the swing arm. And you just hold this nut, crank this bad boy down, and as it does that, presses it in. Took me 5 minutes. The most easiest, painless thing, probably easiest thing I did on this, believe it or not. Frame, polish the stator cover, the swing arm, also painted on the swing arm. You can see some scratches right there on the swing arm. Fucked it up a little bit. I'm going to take care of it a little bit. You can see, well, this is good. Basically what you do is you just sand out all the black, and then you just start wet sanding it. 200 grit, one direction, then go 320 another direction, up and down, then go 400 left and right, 600 up and down. You just got to keep wet sanding all the way up. I did 1,000. At the end of the season, I'll probably tear it down halfway, kind of how it is now, but with the wheels on it. Take the tank and stuff off, and go back over it with 1,000 and up, like 1,500, 2,000. Just make sure it just helps you get all them scratches out. We're just gonna keep wet sanding it, and it's gonna start polishing before you even polish it. You know, put any like Meguiar's or Mother's. Like this right here is good stuff. I also have some other stuff that I'm saving called Blue Magic. Works real good. Before you do that though, after you're done wet sanding, I got so much random shit here. I'm just looking for stuff. You're gonna use a wheel like this on a drill, and I got stuff somewhere. I'm gonna use a wheel like that, and a jeweler's rouge, which is a compound like this. Spin it onto the brush, and you're gonna go over your whole frame with that. You're actually gonna see it's gonna just knock all the little ridges that you have left right off. You see the metal come off. You can actually see the metal a little bit in this. You can see it shining a little bit. Yo, what are you doing, bro? That's my puppy. I don't know where his brother is. Somewhere around here. So you do that through the whole frame, and then that's when you use, after that, you would use the mag polish. Same process on this. I did it because it was a little scraped up. The engine, the bike went down off the 750 that I got this off. I bought a wrecked bike, swapped the engines out, sold the 750 frame with my 600 on there. So you can see it's got a nice good shine to it. Mirror image, that's what you want to see. You can see some small scratches in there, but like I said, if I would have went over 1,000, you wouldn't see any of that. Taking the swing arm on and off, this would be your guy right here. It's a nut on one side going through a rod kind of like that. This is for the back wheel. It's similar to that. And the other side is a safety lock. And then this is a specialty tool. You can get it from most of the dealerships. It's a bunch of different sizes. You use it to take the wheel off on the front tire. Use it for this. You use it for a bunch of stuff. It's like 30 bucks. But it's made for the bike and other bikes, and it's great. I take wheels off of everything and engines out of stuff with that tool. It's great. So yeah, that's really it. I'll go over the Power Commander again. It's real simple. I don't mind this. Here's your Power Commander. These clips are just for my blinkers and the license plate light. You can see your cord right there coming out of it. You just snake it along the side with your harness. It's tied up in here with it. Alright, it's going to come down. You got your ground that's going to come off. It's really easy to identify because it's a lone wire that comes off of the harness for the Power Commander. You run that to your ground. Alright, don't mind this red wire that has nothing to do with the Power Commander. That's for my auxiliary plug for my cell phone. Charge whatever I got to charge on there. So you run your ground. The rest of the harness is going to snake through. And then this is real easy. Use your, I'll be damned. Guess I didn't do it tight enough. I'll worry about that later. You take the factory fuel rail plugs. This gray one is the one off the harness. And you plug the small dummy clip from the Power Commander into it. And then it's connected to this, and it plugs into the fuel rail. So basically, it's kind of like a little jumper pack. So it just piggybacks the system. Power Commander. The gray plugs the factory. So into there. Repeat. Shrink. Heat shrink your wires. Tie them up. Make it nice. So it's just those four, and then the last part to get so you can read the Power Commander with the green light, and it goes with the throttle. This green wire here, you have to tap into the TPS down here, the one underneath. Trying to get it down there so you can see the wire. You can kind of see the pink wire right there above my finger. Alright, it's a pink wire with a black tracer. You are gonna splice your gray wire into that, and that's it. It takes about 10 minutes to hook it up. Little thing I'll mention. I had to hardwire my kill starter and my starter switch because apparently I bought a new harness. You see I got this one in here because my damn puppy, the black one, chewed the shit out of it. And so I bought a new harness, and it was for an 04 apparently, which they're supposed to be interchangeable. But what I read up is 04 has a single circuit starter, and the 05 and up has a dual circuit, and which is why the headlight turns off. I guess it's to hold down ampage so you're not draining your battery while starting it. So the 04 has a 5-plug harness. Mine, off my 05 here, has a 7-plug. So all you have to do is just hook up the 5 wires that you need, and the other 2 you just crimp off, tape it so they can't touch anything, and I will give you those wire combinations just so you can have them. You're gonna connect the orange and black to the orange and black, the orange and white to the orange and white, orange and green to the black and red. It's white and black to black and blue, and yellow and green, and yellow and green. And then the other 2 wires, which you'll see here, I just cut the wires flush to the coating, taped over each one, and then taped them together. You see, he shrinked my wires, and I really did not want to have to do this, but as I mentioned before, this little bastard chewed up my harness, and as I went to go look to see if I had actually had it, because I'll just splice it and run harness to harness, what do you know? The few clips that he chewed up on it, well, it was one of them. Just my luck, so this is what I had to do. I'm not too worried. It'll work fine. I've already turned the key, seen it go, which I could actually do for you guys. Just because I can. And I want to. You heard it go on. The cluster would have went on, but I have it unplugged, as you can see, sitting on the floor. Let me just pull that off. Trying to keep this fresh so my ECU doesn't flash. And also, I believe this is the plug here. I haven't investigated it more, but this plug right here, if you pop it off, it's got a two-prong split, two-prong fitting, I should say. And that is the plug for dealer mode. You get a little rocker switch and you plug the 2 prongs right into it, turn the key on, flip the switch, and it reads you all the codes your bike's ever pulled, whether it's been knocked down, F1 lights, whatever the case may be. And then once you turn it off, it erases the memory on the ECU back to nothing on it. Just like you would go to a dealership, they pull your codes and then they take them off. So that's basically what it does. So now if you do bring your bike to the dealership, they can't plug it in and no, bike's been dropped, this and that. It's meant for nobody to know except for the dealers. And through my search online, I found a dealer service manual, and it tells you how to do it. So I'm going to be posting something on that. This is like 19 minutes. It's probably too long. They probably won't let me upload the whole thing because they're gay on YouTube. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted.